Welcome to Brick by Brick Slopes, your one stop for brick building tips and tricks to elevate your own creations. My name is Haley, and we're covering basics such as naming conventions, foundations of Lego math, and basic stud measurement. All of these are the building blocks to intermediate and more advanced techniques that allow master builders to create something intricate and almost as if it's sculpted right out of plastic. While Lego has thousands of distinct parts, most of them can be categorized into bricks, plates, tiles, slopes and curves, modified pieces, and Technic. Bricks are the very first Lego element and notably the most iconic. This is likely the piece everyone imagines when they hear Lego. Similar to bricks, plates come in all shapes and sizes and have studs on top, but are much thinner pieces. Tiles are just as thin as plates, however, they are studless, making for a perfectly smooth surface. Slopes and curved slopes are angled pieces typically used to create smooth, rounded, or angled shapes, really useful for getting you to expand beyond that blocky silhouette. Modified pieces really encompasses a lot. With so many subcategories, this can be its own tips and tricks. This could be elements where the studs are in different spots than their standard equivalent, or even regular looking plates and bricks that have been modified to include things like bars, clips, or hinges. And Technic is a completely different Lego system that includes parts with axles and gears, used quite a bit for motion and mechanical models. With most pieces, the size is typically described by the number of studs. This is a 2x4 brick. This is a 4x4 plate. And this is a 2x3 tile. Now let's talk math. These are the foundations that all brick builders know, and the size and thickness of Lego pieces are extremely intentional. Let's look at a basic 2x4 brick. This is the same height as 3 plates, or even 2 plates and 1 tile, since tiles are the same thickness. The ratio is extremely important when you are building with lots of pieces that are a fraction of the thickness of plates, and the area you're working on potentially needs to add back up to the size of a brick. It's also important to know that a 1x1 stud is 2.5 by 2.5 plates. This becomes much more prevalent when you're using pieces with studs on the side, which allow you to build sideways. If I want this 1x6 plate to perfectly align when placed sideways, then I'll multiply my 6 studs by 2.5 plates, which gives me 15 plates. And also knowing that 3 plates equals 1 brick, this is also equivalent to 5 bricks. Whether you're new to brick building or a veteran having needed a quick refresher, I hope you found this helpful and learned something new that you can bring into your next build. Make sure to like and subscribe to stay up to date on all of the latest and greatest Brick by Brick Slopes tips and tricks. And happy building!